Hello everyone, welcome back to the chassis variant series with myself, Critical Rocket. We're jumping in with the Assassins. Obviously they were recently added as of the date being the 27th of March 2017, so this will be slightly jumped before the heavies, so don't worry about that. The Assassin came out in an inopportune time for me recording the series. So, we're kicking off with the 101. Obviously, if you haven't seen my ASN 21 gameplay, please remember to check it out within the Innosphere Battle Mechs playlist. So, the 101. It's probably stock the most heavily armed version of the Assassin, being it carries 4 energy, medium lasers, 3 smalls, and the LRM-5, alongside the SRM-2. So, effectively, it has far more weaponry and thus a higher damage potential than any of the other variants of the Assassin currently in the game. The addition of later tech will probably improve that a little bit, but not by much. This is still probably the most heavily armed and thus highest damage variant available. It's the front-loaded variant for energy. It has 4 energy hardpoints, and 2 missile hardpoints with the option for an AMS to be added as well should you want to protect yourself from LRM fire. Interestingly, one of the energy hardpoints is in the head, and the rest of them are spread amongst the arms and the side torsos. Now, within the lore, the 101's energy hardpoints are actually 2 of them supposed to be in the legs, but obviously MechWarrior Online doesn't really handle leg-mounted weapons, the same as it doesn't handle rear-mounted weapons, so they've been moved up into the torsos. Just a little bit there. The 101 within the history of Battletech is a extremely limited run version that was created by House Davian. It was to improve on the effectiveness of the Assassin, if possible. It's an unofficial design, hence the 101 designation rather than a 20 designation. As such, it was considered to be, mostly a failure. It didn't really live up to its intended goal, with the idea being to increase its firepower at the cost of some jump jets and a little bit of armour. The end result, however, is a mech that still underperforms against its contemporaries and still has trouble being able to keep up with lights because it's lost 5 of its jump jets, thus it lost a good chunk of its jump distance, and for that reason it wasn't particularly popular. Now, within the realms of MechWarrior Online, this is obviously the variant that's going to give you the most bang for your buck in the sense of being able to stay in the fight longer, not having to worry about ammunition anywhere near as much. 2 missile hardpoints and 4 energy means you can create a pretty decent short-range splat version. A couple of missiles and some small pulses maybe, or if you want to go a bit more range, you could probably squeeze a couple of ER larges in there, or something along those lines. But it's definitely the variant that's used for direct fire attacks rather than having to worry about firing at range. It's actually the variant I enjoyed playing the most. Heat-wise, it takes quite a while to build up any real amount of heat, and I'm using singles at this point in the game because it just doesn't warrant the use of doubles. From a stock perspective, it doesn't warrant the use of doubles. Now, obviously, if you're customizing, of course, it warrants the use of double heat sinks. Don't worry about that. That's a given. So, XL engines work pretty well in the Assassins. I don't really see any reason not to take them, especially the weight-saving options available to you. Obviously, this is also a mech that can mount a fair amount of jump jets, so it's quite manoeuvrable, great speed available. And this one does have a pretty fair spread of hardpoints, so you don't have to worry too much about losing all your weapons. And yeah, a couple of missile hardpoints is pretty decent. This is actually the version I would probably pick out of all of them that are currently in the game. Not having the hero, I can't really speak about that, but as far as the actual base variants go, the 101 definitely seems to outstrip the 21 and 23 from a stock perspective. Damage perspective, the 21's probably got a higher damage potential simply because of its ability to mount multiple SRMs or multiple LRMs should you want to go that route. But yeah, it's definitely one I would probably pick first out of 3 that are available when they are up for C-bills, or if you're still thinking of getting the pack for some real moolah, it's not too bad. It will definitely give you a few more options. It is nice to see another 40-ton mech. I know my original gameplay video, if you've watched that, I do sound a bit negative about the whole thing. I just looking at it from the perspective that it just doesn't, unfortunately, compare to the very well entrenched and established Cicada within the Innisphere selection of mechs. Although that isn't to say it doesn't have potential. Every mech has the potential to do very, very good damage in MechWarrior Online because of hardpoint inflation. This one doesn't have hardpoint inflation because it actually has all the right number of energy hardpoints and missile hardpoints. This is actually one that PGI didn't need to inflate. It's got more than enough to fit the equipment it already comes with as standard, so that works however you want to build it, multiple medium lasers or whatever else. So I'll leave it there, really. Give a recommendation. It's a thumbs up for the 101. Quite enjoyed it. I'll leave you with the rest of the match. It was a bit of a tough one, nasty fight back and forth, and yeah, you know, I did okay for, you know, the weapon setup on this mech. So have a good one, everybody. Have a good week, and I'll see you in the next chassis vid or stream or whatever it may be. So bye, Critical Rocket signing out.
New target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Missile.